everywhere for any sort of push from his opponent. And we also did have a scout over here with a Zergling keeping an eye on that third expansion from BratOK, but looks like Ret was decided to pull that away. Now we do have great scouting here as well, or placement as with these overlords to keep an eye on any flyovers here that BratOK might decide to do. Now we do have the Spire did just finish, and he also was able to queue up a bunch of mutas, and so it looks like the mutas are going to be able to push in here and do a ton of damage here against BratOK, which is going to nope, he does have the missile turret was finished, and he's unable to push back that push here from Ret, but it looks like he is going to try sneaking into some other area, but there are missile turrets everywhere now. He was going to try taking over that starport, and he's not going to be able to do it. Now we do have centrifugal hooks on the way for banelings for Ret. We also do have Stimpack as well as the Corvid Reactor and Tier 1 weapons on the way here for BratOK. So BratOK and his opponent is finally looking to start getting some tech on the field. We do have two Evolution Chambers are on the way for Ret as well. So he's definitely going to be looking to get some missile attacks for these mutas and possibly the armor upgrade for his units there. Now we do have that one Banshee still on the field. BratOK was able to repair that. We have a few medevacs are on the field now. That Raven is now on the way, which is a pretty good queue, as that Raven is probably going to finish by the time the Corvid Reactor upgrade finishes. Now we are finally seeing an armory as well as an engineering bay, another engineering bay on the field here for BratOK. So he needs to get those stores out on the field as quickly as possible to deal with that muta harass there by Ret. As the splash damage is pretty good against those mutas, unless you start doing the magic box, and then you're kind of screwed. But either way, Thors are a good counter to mutas, point blank, as well as Stimpack Marines. Now it looks like we have a second command center on the way here or third command center, I should say, second building. Command center next to is natural here, so he is going to be looking to soon take over the third base for himself. Now look at this creep. We have tons of creep tumors creeping up to the base here of BratOK by Ret. Now we have these mutas are trying to push in here and try doing some more damage, but they are going to be able to scout around, see what BratOK has here in his base and all that fun stuff. Now this creep tumor is going to be able to spread right to the natural of BratOK's base, so he could be in trouble. He needs to go out and destroy some of these creep tumors. He needs to push back that creep as much as he can. Now we do have a fourth base on the way here for Ret. Ret is looking real good right now. He is basically taking up his half of his map. We have BratOK is able to scout around, seeing what's going on with his SCV, but the Queen is going to be able to pick off the SCV right about. Yep, that SCV is gone. So Ret is definitely looking real good right now, as he is taking up his half of the map, as BratOK is just barely going to be working on his third base, as that command center is just about done. Now we do have a ton of units on the field here for BratOK. Well, ton of one unit. We have a bunch of Marines, a couple of Ravens, as well as medevacs on the field here. We do have Seeker missile upgrade for the Ravens. Art is just about done. We have combat shields on the way, as well as tier 1 armor just about done, as well as tier 2 infantry weapons on the way for BratOK, as well as 3 more barracks. So he's going to definitely stick to massing Marines in this matchup. Now we do have infestors are on the way as well for Ret. We do have a lair or hive on the way, on the way for him as well. So he's definitely might be seeing a greater spire on the way for some upgrades and all that fun stuff. We have more Zerglings are getting queued up right now. We have a ton of units on the field here for Ret. Let's go to unit composition here. 30 Zerglings, 8 mutas, and 19 banelings with 5 infestors to 51 Marines, 54 Marines, 3 freaking Ravens, and a Banshee. So they're kind of about equal, but the thing for Ret is he has all those banelings. And we do have a push now coming in here from BratOK, as he is looking to kill as much of these creep tumors as he can, as he does manage to kill off those 4 there. But we do have a push coming in here, a counter defensive move by Ret, as Ret is pushing him with all these Zerglings in these banelings. Banelings are going to be able to get surrounded, and look at that army is just straight up cut in half. Actually, not even cut in half, is gone by those banelings. Those banelings just destroyed all those freaking Marines there, and he still has a good amount of banelings left over. And looks like these auto turrets are just picking off some units here and there, but the mutas are going to be able to take those over as well. So BratOK was trying to push out there. He was managed to push back the creep, which is what he needs to do. He managed to push back just a little bit. But that's all that matters. Little by little, it adds up. So BratOK needs to get some Thors on the field, as he does have a planetary fortress on the way, as he is going to try successfully taking over this third base. But he needs to get some Thors on the field pronto. As well as some siege tanks, but I don't think he's actually going to do that, as he is still massing Marines and Medivacs with the Ravens, as he is getting his Tier 3 infantry weapons on the way here for BratOK, as well as Tier 2 infantry armor. So he's looking to tech hard right now for these Marines and hoping that's all he really needs for this matchup. Now we do got Ultralists. 5 Ultralists are on the way here for Ret. As well as adrenal glands upgrade, as tier 2 ground armor upgrade, tier 2 melee attacks, and the armor for the ultras are also on the way as well for Ret. Now we do have a looks like a drop over here by BratOK, but Ret's Banelings just destroyed all those Marines. We have attack pushing in from the middle, and we also had a drop coming in here to Ret's main, but that didn't last long, as those Medivacs got destroyed before they could really drop anything. Now it looks like BratOK is forced to pull back with his handful of Marines that he has left, and he is going to be able to get these mutants should be able to pick off. Ooh, that was a pretty bad placed Seeker missile there, as it didn't even hit anything. So BratOK is in trouble right now. He's just finally getting his third base situated. Every attack that he has thrown at Ret is getting countered hard. And Ret's already in the Ultralist and everything. Ret's looking real good right now. He could just push in here, and he might be able to end this match right here, as BratOK does have combat shields did finally finish. The Marines are Stimpak. He's forcing them into the corner. The Banelings are running in there, and they just cut his army back in half. And it looks like Ret is going to force the pull back his 3 Ultralists that he has left from that attack there, as he's not wanting to lose all those, but the Stimpak Marines might be able to catch up on him. He might be able to kill one of these Ultralists before they're fully back in the base, but no, Ret was able to build another army, and he's going to just straight up push back in the BratOK, so it's a little cat and mouse chase going on here. And also, as this match is going on, Ret is looking to take over his 6th base. As he already his whole half of the map is taken. That's it. He's got 2 more high hatcheries on the way here, so he's definitely going to looking extremely good right now. I have to say that this match is probably going to go to Ret. BratOK is trying to wall in that third base there with all barracks. As these Ultralists are just pushing in here, and they are destroying these barracks like nothing, just chopping away. As BratOK's third base is going to get, he is going to be, sadly, is able to defend against that push there with that planetary fortress, as a handful of units did finally get up there. Now we do have a proxy base here by Ret over in the corner, which is going to prevent BratOK from being able to get 4 bases here. So he's trying to just basically take over this whole map and forcing BratOK into a corner, which is what he's doing, and is working good. We finally have a drop coming in here from the Ret's main. He did drop it. He managed to kill a couple units there, but it was forcing BratOK was forced to pick back up and move back to his main. We do have a Medivac over here scouting around by BratOK as well. He's still trying to see what's going on. Now he's going to be able to see this proxy base over here by Ret, and he's going to be able to try taking it down, as he's able to Stimpak and take out 2 of those 3 Ultralists, and is forcing that last Ultralist back to whatever base he pulls it at, and it forced also Ret to cancel that hatchery before it was finished. So this high yield by Ret is finally getting fully saturated. He's rallying all his units to this middle base here. And BratOK is also looking to take over his high yield as well, which he's going to need as quick as possible, pronto, basically. Now we do have a nice little push coming in here from BratOK, but it's not going to be enough, as the swarm from Ret is going to be able to get a surround on there, but BratOK was able to pick up those units, and he is now looking to do a drop into the top here, but there's more mutas coming in to deal with this drop here by BratOK, as it is mostly Marauders, so this is basically going to be pointless. It looks like BratOK was trying to do another drop in the back over there too, but it is not going to happen, as he's going to drop in the back of this base, as there is nothing here to defend against it, as all the units are everywhere else. And he's not going to, as there's fungal growth are getting on those units there, so he's not going to be able to take out that hatchery like he wanted. Now we do have another push coming in here from BratOK through the middle to the high yield of Ret's base, and it does look like BratOK is going to be able to destroy the defensive units that Ret threw at him. but there's more units to reinforce this high yield here by Ret, as that was a huge explosion. As BratOK's units is once again just getting steamrolled. Now we do have another drop coming in here from BratOK, as he's trying to keep the pressure on from everywhere, which is exactly what he needs, and he's managed to pick up the rest of his units before he lost any more units. This was a bad place to drop, and he drops them right in front of the Ultilis, as in basically he just gave those free kills there to Ret. That was a bad move. Now we do have another drop once again coming in here from BratOK into that top corner base, as he is really looking to take that base down. Which is what he wants to do, and it looks like he is going to be able to kill that second hatchery for him. So that's 2 bases he has prevented there for Ret, which is not technically enough, as we also did have another hatchery go down as well, which I didn't even realize. Must have missed that in one of the action, as BratOK is keeping the action going. He is dropping non-stop everywhere, so it's kind of hard to keep the vision on all this action. Now we do have another drop coming in here from BratOK into the corner of the main of Ret's base, and he is able to Stimpak and micro around, and he's able to pick off a few of those Ultilis there before he was forced to pull back. Now we do have another drop coming in here from BratOK again in that top base, as the hatchery just went down, and this is the same base that he just destroyed, and Ret's like, screw you, I'm going to rebuild here again, and it forced Ret to cancel that hatchery. Which was a good move on his part, or else that would have been a ton of minerals lost. And now BratOK is looking to clean up that base, which he's doing now. He's looking to push down into the natural of that base to see if he can do any more damage here. Now we do have a nice little push coming in here once again from BratOK. We also have another command center as well for BratOK. So BratOK has definitely got himself back into this game, and I got to hand it to him. I thought he was going to be done a long time ago, as he was cornered. He was surrounded by Zerg, and now look at this. Ultilis are just piled up here, and they are just chopping their way, steamrolling over BratOK's forces there. And it looks like he's going to continue pushing out after defending against that push by BratOK into the high yield of BratOK's base. And that planetary fortress, I don't think, is going to be enough. BratOK is forced to pull off all his SCVs from mining to repair this planetary fortress, so that might actually be enough to deal with all these Ultilis, as we do have the upgraded Marauders and Marines are able to pick off these Ultilis like nothing. And also, Ret also has his armor and ground upgrades as well. Now we do have another drop coming in here from BratOK into that natural of that one base that he did take out. So he's looking to take out another hatchery there. And Ret, good games. Wow, that's wow. I gotta hand it to BratOK. That just shows you either how OP Terran is or how skilled he is, because he was cornered. He was into only 2 bases by the time Ret had 6 bases. So he was basically 2 basing versus 6 bases, and then he finally was able. He just kept the pressure on, as we see. He did be able to kill. There was one hatchery we weren't able to see, as there was just so many drops and action going on here that I just missed a couple things. But I got to hand it to him. That was great. He kept the pressure on from all sides, which was he was splitting up the army of Ret, which is what he needed to do. And it prevented Ret from doing any sort of major damage here. So I got to hand it to BratOK. Definitely a great game here between both these players, and I'll see you guys next time.